am having, Mac.
Sonic Frontiers is releasing within 2 weeks, and we have a prequel comic that goes over what happens before the events of this game. Now, let's not waste any more time and just get into it. Our story begins with Sonic on top of Tails' plane as they spot Amy, who seems to be fighting a giant crab meat, or something along those lines. Sonic and Tails aim to make an emergency landing to help out Amy, but she seems like she's got the whole situation covered on her own. Nonetheless, the two of them show up and Sonic lands at a tremendous hit on the giant crab meat that has Eggman inside. Also, it's important to mention here that Eggman is saying a bunch of lines he said in Sonic Adventure and other Sonic games as well. Sonic and Amy seem like they have the situation completely covered on their own, but Tails of course adds to the fun in actually unscrewing the arm off the giant mech. As I mentioned earlier, Eggman is using a lot of repeated lines from previous Sonic games, and Sonic actually takes notice of this, saying, "Hold up, I've heard all this mad ranting before." The three of them, Sonic, Tails, and Amy, come up with a coordinated attack and take down the giant mech, and it leaves us with Sonic looking at, well, not Eggman. On the next page, we get a look at this fake Eggman, and the three of them realize that perhaps Eggman was actually behind the greater scheme as he was trying to distract them from getting to the Starfall Islands. And apparently we find out that Amy was actually invited to go to the islands too to help find the Chaos Emeralds, as they've been gathering there for some strange reason. So the three of them head on their way to Kronos Island, the first of the Starfall Islands. Unless the Sonic Frontiers prologue featuring Knuckles says otherwise, this is the last time we will see these three characters here, and I believe that at this moment, this is where the game will pick up after. Moving on, we are taken to an Eggman based on Starfall Islands, which we've actually seen before in some of the trailers. In this one page, we find out what Eggman's whole objective is in being in the Starfall Islands in the first place, and that is to obtain the long-lost technology of the Ancients. At this moment, Eggman receives a call from Orbot and Cubot to inform him that Sonic and his friends have trashed Unit D3 Koi. And there's actually a funny play on words here that I just kind of noticed. D3 Koi actually is just Decoy, and that's that giant crab meat robot that Sonic and his friends were fighting earlier. Anyway, Orbot and Cubot were a little slow in relaying that information to Eggman that Sonic and his friends were on their way, so Eggman decides to speed up his process. Eggman tells his artificial intelligence system to hurry up and download itself for deployment. Although this AI system actually says back to Eggman that it's not advisable to do that because it needs to function on a certain timetable, although Eggman completely dismisses this and he goes through with completing the download process. The comic ends here with Eggman looking at the cyberspace portal that we see throughout several different trailers for this game, as well as him saying that his artificial intelligence will make short work of the ancient cybersecurity, and this likely implies the cyberspace that I was just talking about. This actually takes me to my analysis segment of the video, where I believe that Eggman has created Sage, and Sage is the character that we see here in the game. Now, there are multiple reasons for why I believe this is true, but I firstly want to take a look at the comic here. Now, Eggman says that I developed you to protect me, and my coding is impeccable. Impeccable is the bolded word here, and I feel like with that said, Sage is going to be faulty. She may not be up to the perfect standards that Eggman believes she will be at. Also, it's important to notice here that the font and text color of the text boxes here for this AI system are red and black, bearing closely to the colors of Sage. Another reason that I think it's important to note here that Eggman has created Sage is from an article a little while ago that says in Sonic Frontiers, Sonic's longtime nemesis Dr. Eggman discovers an ancient technology on the Starfall Island and installs his AI program Sage to hack in and take over. That said, the speech patterns of this AI technology doesn't really exactly match what we've heard from Sage before. Instead, it matches the other AI voice that we've heard before speak to Sonic and Sonic alone. Another thing I do want to take notice of here is Eggman's character overall. I feel like for many years we've seen Eggman be this character who always thinks of the big picture, what his ultimate grand scheme will be and how he will get to that point. Although, I feel like Eggman really hasn't been a step-by-step kind of person, he just kind of goes right for the gold instead. Like if you think about it, he had no plan after getting Chaos to perfect chaos. He never thought about what if he were to be betrayed, or same thing for Dark Gaia, what if this was a creature he was unable to control. Instead of Eggman thinking about how he can control the AI technology and create his ultimate creation here, he's just thinking about how he can control it in the first place. It's not a huge piece of character development, but I definitely think it's worth noting, considering that Eggman is kind of taking a step back and analyzing how he can get to the point that he wants to be at, instead of just jumping for it. Also, Orbot and Cubot likely will not be in Sonic Frontiers, considering Eggman told them to just keep things running until I return, so we probably won't see them in this game. Anyway, that's basically everything you need to know about Sonic Frontiers Convergence, the prologue for Sonic Frontiers. Now, there will be another one coming out with Knuckles, and I will be definitely talking about that one as well, probably sometime around next week. So to stay tuned for that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video, and turn on that post notifications bell, that way you never miss a video from me. You guys do not want to miss what I have to say. Anyway, now's a great time as I need to shout out my legendary channel members. Thank you all so very much for supporting me and my channel, creating the best possible content that I can create. Videos like these and many more would not be possible without you, and I praise the Lord for y'all every single day. Y'all are truly the best. Anyway, this is your boy SONICSTA signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all.
Why are you playing that trash?